वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नास्तिप्रेषा वदनेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोविष्णु स्थापितं मूर्तये स्वामी जगति वालेकम श्री गुरु श्री युतपद्मनं श्री गुरु वैष्णवस्य श्रीगुरुं सागरजातं सागरं रघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं साधुतं हरिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादाचार्यं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपिका गोपिका कांता राधा नमस्ते कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी कृष्णानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो शिवाय कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण Today we are reading Srimad Bagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 64, chapter entitled The Deliverance of King Narada, text 35. Please repeat after me. Brahma Swam Duranujnatam
ब्रह्मा स्वां दुरानुज्ञातं
Brahma Swam Duranujnatam
ब्रह्मा स्वां दुरानुज्ञातं
Bhuntam Hanti Tripurusham Bhuntam Hanti Tripurusham
गुप्तां हति त्रिपुरुषां
Rahasyatu Bhalat Buntam
प्राणस्य तु बालात् गुप्तां
Prasasyatu Bhalat Buntam
प्राणस्य तु बालात् गुप्तां
Dasa Purvan Dasa Paran Dasa Purvan Dasa Paran Brahma Swandhuranujnatam Bhuntam Hanti Tripurusham
गुप्तां हति त्रिपुरुषां
Prasasyatu Bhalat Bhuntam
प्राणस्य तु बालात् गुप्तां
Dasa Purvan Dasa Paran Brahma Swandhuranujnatam
ब्रह्मा स्वां दुरानुज्ञातं
Bhuntam Hanti Tripurusham
गुप्तां हति त्रिपुरुषां
Prasasyatu Bhalat Bhuntam
प्राणस्य तु बालात् गुप्तां
Dasa Purvan Dasa Paran
दासपूर्वं दशापरं ब्रह्मा स्वां दुरानुज्ञातं गुप्तां हन्ति त्रिपुरुषां प्रशयतु बालभक्तं बालगुप्तं दशपूर्वान् दशपरान् ब्रह्मा स्वां दुरानुज्ञातं गुप्तां हन्ति त्रिपुरुषं
प्रसायतु बालगुप्तं
प्रसायतु बालभक्तं
दशपूर्वं दशापरन्
दशपूर्वं दशपरान् ब्रह्मा स्वं दुरानुज्ञातं Guptam Hanti Tripurusham Prasayatu Bhadaguptam Dasa Purvan Dasa Param Brahma Swam Duranujnatam Guptamanti Tripurusham Prasayatu Bhadaguptam Dasa Purvan Dasa Param.
Translation of Purport is the followers of his divine grace, P.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is translation. If a person enjoys a Brahmana's property without receiving due permission, that property destroys 3 generations of his family. But if he takes it by force or gets the government or other outsiders to help him usurp it, then 10 generations of his ancestors and 10 generations of his descendants are all destroyed. Purport. According to Srila Sridhar Swami, 3 Purusham refers to oneself, one's son, and one's grandson. Tamil translation from Jay.
தகுந்த அனுமதியை பெறாமல் ஒரு பிராமணரின் சொத்தை ஒருவன் அனுபவிப்பனாயின் அச்சொத்து அவனுடைய 3 தலைமுறைகளை அழித்துவிடும். ஆனால் பலவந்தமாகவோ அல்லது அரசாங்கத்தின் உதவியாலோ மற்ற வெளி மனிதர்களின் உதவியாலோ அதை ஒருவன் அபகரிப்பனாயினன் அவனுடைய முந்தைய 10 தலைமுறைகளை பிந்திய 10 தலைமுறைகளும் அழிந்துவிடும். ஸ்ரீ புருஷா என்னும் சொல் ஒரு நபரையும் அவரது மகன்களையும் மற்றும் அவரது பேரன்களையும் குறிப்பிடுகிறது என்பது ஸ்ரீதர சுவாமியின் கருத்தாகும்.
So this is a very grave warning by Krishna to everyone. This is a pastime. It's a very interesting pastime. So this chapter starts with the story of how Krishna's sons, Samba, Pradyumna, all of them, they were playing. In Dwarka in a forest. So after playing, they became very thirsty. So these boys, they were playing, they became very thirsty. So they were looking for some place to get some fresh water to drink. So they went to a well. They saw a well, and they wanted to take water from the well and drink that water. But when they looked inside that well, they were astonished to see one creature in that well. It looked like a lizard. It is described here that lizard looked like it had a heel on its back. So these boys were looking at this lizard and they were puzzled. They thought, what is this lizard doing here? So they thought to themselves, oh, this lizard must have fell in this well and now he's trapped down there. Let's try to save this lizard. You see? So these boys, they tried all kinds of things. From they tried to tie with rope and pull him out, cannot. Try to use some leather, something, cannot. So they tried very, very hard. They couldn't get this creature out of this well. So eventually they went back home and they told their father, Krishna, Father, we saw something amazing just now when we were playing in the forest. There was a well there. We wanted to get some drinking water from this well. But instead we saw this creature down there. This looks like a lizard. So Krishna said, oh really? Yeah, we tried so many things to try to save that, get that lizard out of the well. But we couldn't do anything. So Krishna, out of curiosity, said, okay, take me there. I want to see this creature. So Krishna went to this well and he saw in the well, said, yes, there's this creature here, this lizard. It looks like he's got a small tail on his back. So Krishna very easily, when he used his left hand, very easily, he just like that, he picked up the lizard and brought the lizard out. But the moment Krishna touched this lizard transformed into a very beautiful deva. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful deva, with sparkling crown and, he looked very effulgent, very handsome. So Krishna was astonished. He said, my dear sir, who are you? What happened that you took the body of a lizard? So this personality said, my dear Lord Sri Krishna, he recognized this Krishna, said, you are Paramatma in everyone's heart. Actually, you know everything already. You already know everything, but since you asked me, so I have to do my duty. I have to tell you. So he says, actually, my dear Lord Krishna, my previous life, I was a king by the name of King Nerga. I was the son of King Ishwaku. So he was the son of the very first human king. Ishwaku is the first human king on earth. So this is the son, King Nerga. And this King Nerga was explaining that, in my time, I did a lot of charity work. I gave a lot of charity to a lot of brahmanas. I gave lots of cows. I gave lots of gold. Gave lots of land. I gave a lot in charity. And he said it in a way that I'm sure you must have heard of my name because of my charity. He said like that. So Krishna just smiled. So he said, so one day what happened was, I was giving millions and millions of cows to qualified brahmanas. I'm giving millions and millions of cows to qualified brahmanas. Qualified brahmanas here means that those brahmanas who dedicate their lives to performing activities that are for the benefit of everyone. So in other words, they really not very rich, they don't have anything. So this king was giving them a lot of wealth, a lot of riches. So while giving one day like that, giving millions of cows to these brahmanas, so what happened was one cow from the property of one brahmana ran into another group of cows. That group of cows was given to another brahmana. Okay. So this cow, for don't know what reason, now I think the cow must have been separated from the mother or from the wife or the husband like that. So this cow saw, hey, my husband there or my husband. So the cow just very innocently went to that other group of cows. So when this happened, what happened was this Brahmana noticed all the things he can notice. He noticed this one. He noticed that, hey, you're taking my cow. He was arguing with another brahmana. So the other brahmana said, no, this is my cow. Why you saying is your cow? So they started fighting like this. Two brahmanas started fighting. So this fighting was going on and it was becoming quite heated. And they all decided, okay, let's go to the king. We got these cows from him only. So let's go to him. Let's ask him. So this King Nerga was there and he was saying, oh, these two brahmanas fighting. Oh, this is very dangerous for me. So this King Nerga, out of desperation, he told his brahmanas, my dear brahmana, please don't curse me. Please don't curse me. I'll give you 100,000 cows for just that one cow. In exchange for that one cow, you're arguing over that one cow, right? I'll give you each 100,000 cows just for that one cow. So you please be happy and you please go. So the Brahmana said, no, we don't want this. We don't want your 100,000 cow. We want you to settle this. How to settle? You see, I did nothing wrong. The cow went by himself. What one Brahmana saw, the other one did not see. Okay, so argument was going on. So like that, the matter was not resolved. These two Brahmanas, they went back unhappy. So eventually this king Naga passed away and he went to the court of Yamaraj. He was surprised, Yamaraj, what did I do? So Yamaraj said, my dear king, I am looking in your record here. I see your pious merit. There is no end. There's no, the paper is just going. Your pious merit is unlimited. So much, you've done so much pious, you should be going to the heavenly planet. But you committed a very, very grave sin. You offended Brahmanas. Brahmanas are not happy with you. So I give you a choice. Which one you want first? You want to go to get the punishment first, or you want to enjoy your pious merits, your punya? So this king Narga said, since my sinful is not that much, I'll take the sin first. So therefore he was born as a wizard in this well. And he lived in this well for his whole life. So when when Krishna heard this, he says, what to do? So Krishna asked him, so what benediction do you want now? So this king Narga, in the form of this Deva, he asked Krishna, my dear Lord, Lord Krishna, please bless me. That no matter where I go in this universe, whether I'm in heaven or I'm in hell or I'm on earth or I'm in Vaikuntha, please bless me that I will never forget your lotus feet. I'll never forget your lotus feet. Why? Because that was the biggest mistake I ever did in my life. I did a lot of pious activities, but I never remembered you. So in this connection, I'm reminded of one very, very nice verse from Canto 6. This verse was spoken by King Chitraketu. He says there, Narayana para sarve uttaschana napitete swarga apavarga narakesi tulyartam api darshina. The meaning of this verse is very nice. It says here that those who are Narayana Parasarve, those who are worshippers of Lord Narayana, Uttaschana Nabdipyate, they have no fear in them, they got no fear in their heart. Why? Whether if they go to Swarga, heavenly planet, Apavarga, Vaikuntha, or Narakesi, or hell, no matter where they go, Tulyartam Api Darshana, for them is all the same. For those Narayana Parasarve, no matter where they go in this universe, it is all the same. Why? Because for them, everything is related to Krishna, everything is related to Lord Narayana. They don't see any separation. They don't see any, oh, this is nicer, or this is not nice, or this one. No, everything in relation to Krishna is beautiful, is wonderful. They're just amazed, they're just lucky that they can see this connection. So this is what this king Narga said. So a moment he said that Krishna blessed him, immediately there was a chariot that came from Swarga, not Vaikuntha. Because his desire was to go and enjoy. So Swarga, when chariot came, he got on this chariot and went to Swarga. So after this chariot left, Krishna turned to his sons and all the Kshatriyas assembled there, his relations. And this is what he said. And listen carefully. This one goes for a little bit. And Lord Krishna said, how indigestible is the property of a Brahmana, even when enjoyed just slightly and by one more potent than fire. What then to speak of kings who try to enjoy, presuming themselves Lord? So here Krishna is giving big warning here. He's specifically speaking about those Kshatriyas. He says how indigestible the property of Brahmana is, how dangerous to steal a property of Brahmana. Even slightly, according to Krishna, is more potent than fire. When fire burns something, it usually destroys everything. Whatever it touches, trees or bushes or what, you'll burn, right? This one, Krishna says, this sin of stealing Brahmana's property is even worse than fire. So he's giving big warning here. Then he goes on to explain. I do not consider halahala to be real poison because it is because it has an antidote. But a Brahmana's property, when stolen, can truly be called poison, for it has no antidote in this world. So Krishna is saying, this hala is the poison that was churned from the milk ocean, when the Devas and Asuras were churning the milk ocean. What first came up was this hala poison. And it was spreading throughout the whole universe, and every living entity was just dying. It was so terrible, this poison, so much so that only the greatest of Vaishnava could come and save the day. And Who was that? It was Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva came and he saw the situation. He said, no problem. I will drink all this poison and keep it in my throat. And his throat turned blue. Therefore, he's known as Nilakanta, the one with the blue throat. You know? So Krishna is saying, this hala hala actually is not poison. Because he says there is a antidote, there is a vaccine. Today's language is a vaccine. But this Brahmana's property, when stolen, can truly be called poison because he has no antidote in this world. No antidote whatsoever. Okay, let's read on. Poison killing only the person who ingests it, and an ordinary fire may be extinguished with water. But the fire generated from the kindling wood of a Brahmana's property burns the thief's entire family down to the root. See, how big it is. Krishna is saying here, let me just read the purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur compares the fire ignited by stealing a Brahmana's property to the fire that blazing within the cavity of an old tree. Such a fire cannot be put out even with water of numerous rainfall. Rather, it burns the whole tree from within, all the way down to the roots in the ground. Similarly, the fire ignited by stealing a Brahmana's property is the most deadly and should be avoided at all costs. Come to this verse. If a person enjoys a Brahmana's property without receiving due permission, that property destroys 3 generations of his family. But if he takes it by force and gets the government or other outsiders to help him usurp it, then 10 generations of his ancestors, 10 generations of his descendants are destroyed. And a good example of this is the story of Kartavirya Arjuna and sage Jamadagni. This is what exactly Krishna is warning here. It happened. This Kartavirya Arjuna was so puffed up. He was a Kshatriya king. He was so powerful. He was so powerful that Ravana was like a play toy for him. He captured Ravana, threw him into jail, and every day went to see him and laugh at his face. And he was a human king. Ravana was a Rakshasa. He was so powerful. But because of his power, he became so puffed up that one day when he was passing by the hermitage of sage Jamadagni, he saw this sage had a Surabhi cow. And the Surabhi cow provided everything the sage wanted. Any guest come, any quantity, the Surabhi cow will produce whatever you want, food, tea, whatever. So this Kartavirya Arjuna saw this, he said, I want that cow. It doesn't belong to him, it belonged to the sage, Jamadagni. So to cut a long story short, what happened was one of the sons of this king, sage Jamadagni is Parshurama. And what happened was, because of Kartavirya Arjuna, this sage Jamadagni was murdered. He was murdered. So in revenge, Parshurama decided to destroy 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 21 generations. 7 times 3, 21 generations of Kshatriya. And that happened because of this warning here. This warning was given already. Krishna gave. This is already known. Then Krishna goes on. Members of the royal order, blinded by royal opulence, fail to foresee their own downfall. Childishly hankering to enjoy a Brahmana's property, they actually hanker to go to hell. For as many years as there are particles of dust touched by the tears of generous Brahmanas who have dependent families and whose property is stolen, uncontrolled kings who usurp a Brahmana's property are cooked along with their royal families in the hell known as Kumbapika.
That's right.
Your family, they become soya brittle. Whether it be his own gift or someone else's, a person who steals a Brahmana property will take birth as a worm in feces for 60,000 years. I do not desire Brahmana's wealth. Those who lust after it become short-lived and are defeated. They lose their kingdom and become snakes who trouble others. My dear followers, never treat a learned Brahmana harshly, even if he has sinned. Even if he attacks you physically or repeatedly curse you, always continue to offer him obeisances. Lord Krishna offers this instruction not only to his personal associates, but to all those who claim to be followers of the Supreme Personality of God. Just as I always carefully bow down to Brahmanas, so all of you should likewise bow down to them. I will punish anyone who acts otherwise. When a Brahmana's property is stolen, even unknowingly, it certainly causes the person who takes it to fall down, just as the Brahmana's cow did to King Nanga. So this is Krishna's instruction. So this is a very, very instructive chapter, but at the same time, it's also very puzzling. It's very puzzling because when you read this chapter, the first thing I thought was, what kind of Brahmana is this? And they're fighting among each other over one cow.
That's the thought that came to my mind right now. Taking the same thing.
Wait, you
How
read?
come Brahmana?
Ah.
Because in Bhagavad Gita, we read the qualities of Brahmana.
Exactly.
How come two Brahmanas
Exactly.
are fighting with each other?
Exactly. So I was thinking of that. How these two Brahmanas, they're supposed to be Brahmanas. Brahmanas, they're supposed to be equal boys. And they're fighting over one cow. They got thousands of cows, millions of cows, and they're fighting over one cow. So I was really puzzled about this. So by great fortune, I came across a lecture by Kadapa Kana Maharaj. It is very nice classes. He explains there very nicely. He says that people in this age of Kali Yuga, we cannot understand the culture and the mentality of those who are elevated, like the Brahmana of bygone ages. Because today everything is about money, money, money. I need this, I want this, I want this. So we see the story, we see in terms of, oh, this people got million cows, lah. Why are you fighting over one cow? I forget about it, lah. Never mind, I give you charity. That's what we think in our mind. Because we think in terms of, oh, I got this, I got a cow, I got gold, I got property. We think in terms of property. But Kadamba Kana Maharaj explained very nicely. He says, you have to understand, these cows, this money, this gold for these Brahmanas in bygone ages who are highly elevated, for them they got no value. It is not about the cow. It is not about the wealth. These Brahmanas are so elevated, they have instinctually within their heart, they don't see any value in this wealth. Millions of cows, millions of gold, houses, land, property, maid servants. They don't see any value in this. Okay, but then the question will come: why the Kshatriya king is giving them all this wealth if they see there's no value in them? So this is where you have to understand the mentality of Brahmana. Brahmanas, they see everything in association with the Supreme Lord only. It only has value when it is engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord. So therefore, the Srimad Bagavatam says, for somebody who they have this kind of mentality, all the riches should be given to this person. These Brahmanas, they perform activities like performing yajna, homa on a daily basis. And at those days, bygone ages, to perform such sacrifices, you need a lot of money, you need a lot of wealth, you need a lot of things, a lot of paraphernalia, a lot of ghee. Where the ghee is going to come from? From the cows. Where the milk is going to come from? From the cows. Where the yogurt is going to come from? Going to come from the cows. Where the shani, the cow dung, to purify the mandap, where is it going to come from? Going to come from the cows. And after the yajna is performed, guess what they will do? They give in charity. All that they have, they will give away in charity, because that is the standard of performing yajnas. So they give prasadam, they give charity. So they need a lot of gold. Why? Because they need to go buy foodstuff. They need to employ people to cook. And they need to employ people to give out in charity. This is Krishna Prasad, give it out. And they do this on a regular basis. The whole society, all in Vedic culture, the society's material needs are fulfilled by actually these brahmanas because they're constantly doing these yajnas, constantly giving away prasadam, constantly giving away gold, wealth, like this, just giving, because that is their duty. So it's not about the cow. They are arguing over one cow. It's not about the cow. It is about the principle of the matter. Brahmanas, they are very highly elevated simply because they live their life according very strictly to principles. I don't know, you've heard this one English saying, it says that if you lose money, you lose nothing. Okay? If you lose money, you lose nothing. If you lose reputation, you have lost something. Okay? If you lose money, you lose nothing. Why? Because money you can earn back. Whatever you got, you can earn back. When if you lose a reputation, then you've lost something because to gain back reputation is not very easy. If you lose character, you lost everything. Have you heard of this? I'm sure you've heard somewhere. I don't know where it's from, who said it first, but it's a very true statement. So these brahmanas, they are having the highest character. Their characters are higher simply because they live their life according to principle. So when the issue of that one cow was there, it was not about the cow. It was not about the cow. It was about the principle of the matter. When you give, you should give properly. If it's mine, it's mine. Because they know if they were to make a concession on this, and never mind, it's okay, like this king, a very nice king, he took care of us, he gives God of us, he give his concession. They know in the future some other king will take advantage of this concession, and he will do wrong to some brahmana, and then when the brahmana catch him, they say, oh no problem, I'll give you 10,000 cows for this one cow. All this Pokemon, this is called politics, games and lubang of politics. So this brahmana said, no, we don't want to give this chance. Because in the future they know there will be all these unscrupulous kings who will do all kinds of nonsense in the name of justice, like what we have today. Politicians, they talk nonsense, actually they really talk nonsense. For those who are intelligent, you can see, talking nonsense. They're using this as excuse to do something else. Oh, we're doing this for the people, but the people don't get anything, they get what they want. You see, this is happening very rampant today, but in bygone ages, people used to have character, used to live their life according to principle. So this king could not settle this. This king, he could not settle this argument between these two brahmanas, and these brahmanas were very highly exalted because they are so highly exalted that this king ended up going to see Yamaraj. By right, he should straight away go to heavenly planets, which was what he wanted actually. He wanted to enjoy. He was doing all this to gain lots of punya so that he can go to heavenly planets to enjoy himself. So that is the explanation from Kadapakana Maharaj. Then I had another lecture. This lecture, it is the emphasis here is that this King Narga was performing karma ganda. He was performing such activities with the intent to enjoy. Okay, with the intent to enjoy. I want to enjoy. I want to get highest merit because I want to enjoy. So we have heard from so many other pastimes of sages, like what's that sage who meditated in the sea for thousands of years.
60,000 years.
60,000 years, and he saw two fish romancing in the water. That's it. His meditation broke. So these are all karma kanda. These are all ritualistic activities with the intent to enjoy some material profit. So there's a danger there. So the only saving grace for this King Narga was when he was in the shape of his body, he remembered these brahmanas. Whenever they meet, they will talk, and they will talk only on the specific topic of Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Narayana, they'll talk and talk and talk. And what they'll talk, they say, Krishna is so wonderful, he's so merciful. There's no one more merciful than Krishna in the whole three worlds. He remembered this. So Sravanam is very important. So this King Narada, in the form of this lizard, he remembered now. Krishna. Krishna is my only savior. Krishna is the only one that can save me. And that time in the body of a lizard, he was thinking in his heart, when can I meet this Krishna? When can I see him? I just want to get his darshan. I don't care for this body. I don't care for my punishment. So he was purified. So to fulfill the desires, this pastime took place. His sons were playing, his sons saw him, called the father Krishna, came and saved him. So all this happened. Why? Because of Sravanam listening. Because he heard from the pure devotees, they were glorifying Krishna. And this king, Darga, being a king, he's surrounded by Brahmanas. He's surrounded by those who are very intelligent. So simply by including Krishna into your life is so much blessed, so much blessed. You don't have to do things in a big way. You just have to remember Krishna. In fact, in Krishna consciousness, we often say there's only two rules. We have lots of rules, what they call no eating, no this, no that, no this, do this, do that. Actually, there's only two rules.
Remember and never forget.
Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. These are the only two rules in Krishna consciousness. Everything else we do is to support these two rules. This is Krishna consciousness. Principles of liberation, sense verification, all doctrine. Now, golden rule, okay. Golden rule, let me see. Did I read? Yeah, I read the golden rule. There's nothing to follow. So this pastime is a very cautionary tale. It gives you advice to be cautious of. So these are Brahmanas from bygone ages, very highly elevated. So the question might come: what about still in Gelugor? Should we treat Brahmanas any different? No, we should not treat them any different. How? Because for the simple reason that we are so unqualified to judge. Oh, he's a Brahmana. He's not a Brahmana. Oh, he's a Brahmana. He is not a Brahmana. We have no qualification. What qualification do we have to pass judgment? Oh, Mataji is not a Brahmana. Mataji is a Brahmana. So the safest bet for us is just to follow Krishna's advice. Anybody you see, just be respectful to them. They want to scold you, let them scold you. I know it's tough. Caliber people, they're very passionate. You throw a little bit of more passionate, they become passionate. And so this is the reason why it's very important to remember Krishna at all times. Kirtaniya Siddhari. To remember Krishna all times. To remember Krishna is to have the protection of Krishna. Without Krishna's protection, what do you have? You say nothing. The only real wealth in this world is Krishna. Krishna is the one who's created this world. He will destroy this world also. You have what you have, and He will take it away also. That is material. That is the nature of this material world. It appears, it disappears. It takes birth, it death. So have no faith in these temporary things. But Krishna is not temporary. Krishna is eternal. Sakshat Sri Bhagavan, He's eternal. So to remember Him constantly is a very easy thing to do. Why? Because He is eternal. We are part and parcel of Him. Vamsu Jiva Loki, Jiva Buddha Sanatana. And Krishna is saying, all these living entities are actually my fragmental part and parcel. They are eternally related to me. So the eternal is trying to remember the eternal. So it's very possible, it's easier to do. To acquire money, to acquire wealth, to be happy in this material world, that's a very tough job. Very tough job. Yeah. But to remember Krishna is actually very easy. All we have to do is practice. Practice makes perfect. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any comments, any questions, doubts? Oh. Content is really good to read. A lot of things to talk about. A lot of question marks here. Why like this? Why like that? Very interesting. So very